number one, welcome to back to the channel. Sorry I've been gone for so long. A lot of projects I've been working on. Number two, here is like the temporary setup. Because unfortunately, my room had to be a little bit moved for my window. But you know, things should go back to normal soon. Because usually my review desk, where I do all of my reviews, would be where I'm sitting right now, my bed. But right now my bed is in that place, so I use the top of my bed, which is nice and flat, to do the reviews from now on. I did do the Batman review, but that was a failure, because number one, you couldn't see what was going on. Number two, I fumbled a lot during, you know, the video. And number three, I'll show you a clip right now. Look at that. Right out the freaking box. Check that out. Just disappointment. So now you know, no, I will not be collecting the DC Multiverse line. After that horrible experience, I will never, ever touch a McFarlane figure again. Just because of that. But anyway, we're not here to talk about McFarlane. Let's get on to the actual review, which, number one, I almost forgot. Today I actually showed up on a live stream. I'll show another clip right here. The Littlest Snail hosts some gaming, like a gaming live stream every Monday. So I participated today and I actually showed up on the stream. So it was really nice. I was the Spider-Man in the picture, if you're wondering. That is who I was. I was in the stream for like a few minutes. It was nice to see myself on the stream. I also commented in the chat, and I'm looking forward to participating in another one. Maybe the littlest snail will see this. If she does, hi. Welcome to my channel. Anyway, and tomorrow's my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. I'll do a video tomorrow, and I'll have it out by tomorrow for sure. But we're getting off track. We're getting distracted. This video is already 2 minutes. But yeah, number one, here's the set. Number two, I appeared on a live stream. And number three, this is our review today. The Jurassic World Dominion Ferocious pack, Miragaia. I think I said that right. I get my freaking pronunciation of this dinosaur's name from Battle of the Giants Dinosaur Strike, because this is one of the many animals included in that game, and Mattel has graciously brought this figure, or dinosaur, to life. And kind of nice to see it here. It's not that it's this small, but we'll get to that later. Right now, we can just take a look at the box. Ferocious pack. Here's the Miragaia itself. Here's the Jurassic World Dominion logo, made out of amber, which I think that this is a really cool design. Too bad the movie wasn't as good as this design. This, the T-Rex, Rexy, on the side here of basically every single Dominion package, including the Walmart exclusive ones, which are the Extreme Damage Wave. Even they have Rexy, just with a different background. So yeah, Rexy makes a prominent role on basically every single piece of merchandise. Turn it to the back, and here, again, Jurassic World Dominion, the scan code app, such. Then here we have the other figures in the Ferocious pack. Again, Miragaia. So here are the other figures: Miragaia, Velociraptor Blue, Moros Intrepidus, and I'm not even gonna try and pronounce this because, good God, the Sungaripterus. So, and yeah, you know, a bunch of mumbo jumbo. So yeah, everything looks really good. I've been waiting to unbox this figure for a while now, and a lot of the other Jurassic World Dominion figures we're gonna review on this channel from this point on. So let's unbox Miragaia. Alright, so the camera may shake a little bit because I'm on my bed, but other than that, let's just quickly get it. So we got the good old scissors, boom, and boom. That's it. I think, yes, it is. Whew. you can understand how long I've had these figures in the box. So yeah, here's the Miragaia box. Again, we already looked at it, and here's Miragaia itself. I don't want to say he or she, but because I don't know the gender. But yeah, here it is, the Miragaia. Or Miragaia, whatever you guys pronounce it as, whatever it is actually pronounced as, here it is. First thoughts, this figure actually looks pretty good. Mattel brings their style of detail and craziness to each of their Jurassic World Dominion figures, and really this is what drew some people away from collecting this, especially when people first saw creatures like the Yangchungosaurus and the Moros Intrepidus. They decided to not collect the line because these figures looked a little too extreme, a little too weird for their liking. I mean, for the most part, Mattel and their, craziness really got, for me, out of hand a little bit during the Dual Attack wave, where they released the Concavinator, when one was purple and gray and orange, and there was just a whole bunch of crazy colors. That's what kind of turned me off a little bit, but I still collected it. I actually have it in my collection. But yeah, there's not really much to talk about the Miragaia here. It's really just a small Kentrosaurus looking dinosaur. As just like Kentrosaurus, it has the spiky plates as most stegosaurids do, but I don't think that Kentrosaurus is actually classified in the Stegosauridae family. I think it's part of the Kentrosauridae family. I don't know. I'm not exactly the biggest dinosaur nerd. I know a lot of the dinosaurs, but I don't know most of the species and families that they come from. But yeah, for the most part, Miragaia looks good. I can't really see any real paint defects, anything like that on this figure. It looks pretty spotless. So while we're here, let's just get on to articulation. So the head and neck can move up and down. The jaw is on a hinge, as you've seen before. This thing can do a full 360, which, well, that's creepy. Geez, yep, up and down. You can't go side to side, but as I said, you can do a full 360. These don't move at all. And then the legs move forward, back. They don't move out. Don't recommend you actually trying that. You don't want to bend the legs. And the same for the back legs, except they're a little bit more stiff than the front ones, which is a good thing. And then the tail can do a full 360, no side to side, just it's a solid piece. So yeah, the Miragaia, for what you're getting, which unfortunately I got this figure at Universal Studios. And if you've been to Universal Studios, you know that their prices are a little over, or a lot over. I remember when I went there during, the Dual Attack wave, and they released the Indominus Rex. The thing was $80 here. And for this Miragaia and all the other Ferocious Pack members, these things were $22. So I did get scammed. I mean, these things usually go for about maybe $14, $15, or even less, maybe like $7 or $8. Because they're some of the smallest figures. And this cost $22 plus tax, which is $24. Why am I paying this much? Honestly, I just bought it because it was just a part of the line, part of the wave. And I was like, I can't find the Miragaia anywhere. Now's my chance, or I'm never going to get it. And I had money to spend, so I just bought it without really thinking. And if you're wondering, I got this figure the same time that I got and reviewed the Marvel Select, Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I reviewed it at that time. So I got this, two other things from Dominion, and the Spider-Man at Universal Studios. Again, hefty price tags, but at the end of the day, I like that Spider-Man, and I still do. I think that he's a little oversized, but it's Marvel Select. What are you gonna do? It scales with the NECA figures. But enough of the small chit-chatting. Let's get on to size comparisons. So let me just lower the camera just a little bit so you could get. Oh, okay, that's a little much. Yeah, this should be good. Let's get on to the size comparisons. To start us off here, we have like a newcomer of my little size comparisons. We have Sonic the Hedgehog. It's just this small Sonic figure I've had for a few years now. It came out around the time of Sonic Forces. Yeah, this is quite a small figure, and there is some history with this figure, and we'll get into it maybe tomorrow during the anniversary episode, depending on, if I even post tomorrow. But I'm gonna try and take a break from my video games. Like today I was playing, and that's how I got into the live stream. Tomorrow I'll take a break from the games, and I'll just work on the anniversary video, which I'm so grateful that I made it a year on this platform. Again, we'll get on to that later, but yeah, here he is next to Sonic. Move him. Then we have a usual suspect, obviously. We have Godzilla, the SH Monster 2019 figure. Here he is next to Miragaia. As I said, Miragaia is a very small creature for some reason. When realistically, the Miragaia shouldn't be this small unless it's like a teen or maybe even like a small child. But it really shouldn't be this small, and Mattel has a problem of doing this, and maybe we'll get into it. But basically, I feel like Mattel sizes down a lot of the figures that they have. I mean, if you compare a T-Rex next to the Parasaurolophus, the T-Rex towers over it in both length, height, and just mass in general. And it is annoying because then there are animals that are so much bigger, like the Stegosaurus. Each and every Stegosaurus we've gotten is like the same mold, and all of them tower over these other, Stegosaurid-looking animals like the Miragaia and the Kentrosaurus from Camp Cretaceous. And it towers over them, and then you have other figures that should not be that big, like the Carnotaurus from the first wave, and even the Carnotaurus and Toro from the Camp Cretaceous wave and Primal Attack waves. They're the same size as the T-Rex, which they really shouldn't be, especially if they're supposed to be in scale with one another. That's the problem that I think that they have. Oh, and by the way, there is a major nitpick I have with the paint, and that is the fact that if you close the jaw too far, you can see the paint that is in the inside of the mouth. It carries over to the outside, and that looks horrible. So I may have to display this figure with the mouth open like this, just so that you don't have to see that. Because when you close it up, you don't see anything, but when you don't, you have that, and that does not look good at all. So yeah, we're just gonna display it like that. Moving on, I'll put Godzilla back in his place. We have another newbie that I just traded out for, an old figure. Here he is next to Part 7 Jason from NECA. So I like the NECA Jason from Part 7. I still have yet to watch most of the Friday the 13th franchise. I have seen the 2009 reboot. I have seen Freddy vs. Jason. And I have also seen the first and second films, as well as Jason Takes Manhattan. I've been all over the place. I definitely need to watch the rest of the series because New Blood is regarded as one of the best sequels. So I really do, want to see this. And Jason overall looks menacing. This is probably one of his best designs in the entire Friday the 13th franchise, in my opinion. There may be some that may agree, some may disagree, but I really do like this Jason design. Maybe a little bit more than the 2009 figure, which I usually have on my review table. And one of the last size comparisons we're gonna do, Michael Myers from Halloween Kills. I wasn't a fan of Halloween Ends. There were some good things, some bad things, but it was a little bit underwhelming, and this year has just been filled of underwhelming films for me. Like, the films that I'm most hyped for turned out to be underwhelming. Jurassic World Dominion was very disappointing, and Halloween Kills wasn't as disappointing, but it definitely, wasn't what I was hoping for. And moving on to our final size comparison, as usual, one of the very first figures that we had on this channel when we first began, for my first ever review. Of course, we have the SH Figure Arts Hulk from Avengers Infinity War. So here he is next to Miragaia. Again, not on scale, you shouldn't be. Miragaia is extremely small, as I said. So yeah, Miragaia is just small. Sad though, because I really wish that, it wasn't, and that most of the figures in the wave weren't as small as Mattel makes them. I wish that they weren't. Oh my god, Hulk is gonna fall over. We just have to keep him like that. And now we'll get on to the final thoughts, and honestly, this figure's okay. Again, for us Jurassic World collectors and, adult collectors that really collect figures, Mattel's Jurassic World standard line isn't really for collectors. It's for kids, and this shows by the limited posability and such, but for collector's toys, it's alright. I wouldn't say it's like the cream of the crop, like the best of the best, but, we're getting diversity, and I'm glad that, throughout the entire waves of each thing for Jurassic World that Mattel has made, they've done a really good job. I mean, in terms of diversity, it's phenomenal. We've gotten so many new species, so many different, dinosaurs that we never would have thought. I remember, wishing back when we first started the wave in 2018 with Thrashanthro Rex and the Spinosaurus, on my wish list for the future, I want to see more giant theropods, and look at us now. I mean, we have so many different theropods. We have Gasosaurus, Velociraptor, T-Rex, Carcharodontosaurus, Carnotaurus, Ceratosaurus, Allosaurus, Spinosaurus, Giganotosaurus, Baryonyx, Suchomimus, and then other things like the Irritator, the Majungasaurus, the Rajasaurus, the Scorpiovenator, the Yangchungasaurus, the Simosaurus. All of these different species from, just different paleo media, and I'm glad to see that the Miragaia finally gets its spotlight, because a lot of the animals from that game are starting to appear, and it's making me really, feel good, because maybe I may do like a Jurassic World style Battle of the Giants Dinosaur Strike if they release every figure that, is in that game, because, there are many other, dinosaurs in that game other than Stegosaurids. As a matter of fact, I think for Wave 3 of this, for the Ferocious pack, they're releasing an Ionosaurus that's around the same size as this. And Ionosaurus is another animal that is featured in Battle of the Giants Dinosaur Strike. So I'm so glad that we're seeing all these different species. Some of them are from a game from my childhood, and I'm just very glad to see it there. So, if I had to rate this, I'd give this maybe a 6.2. I mean, again, it's not like collector material. Like this and this, these three, collector material. This, collector material. This isn't either. Most of the Mattel figures aren't collector friendly. But for the most part, if this was, rating out of a kid's toy, then this would be definitely, a lot higher, because this is really meant for kids, as I've been saying this whole time. I mean, that's the whole point. Us Jurassic collectors, we just collect it because, it's part of the main wave, and, we collect for diversity in our, figures, and not a million of the same. So, yeah, I'm going to bump it up a little bit. I'm going to say 6.5, because I remember way back when I finished the filming for Operation Site B, I reviewed the Battle Roar Godzilla, and I gave it like a 7 out of 10. So I'm going to bump this up to, a 7.1. Now, I went from 6.2 to 6.5 to now 7.1 or 2. What is going on here? You know, because, again, it's not fair. I mean, this figure, in many regards, is better than that figure. The only thing that Godzilla has, the Godzilla and Kong, have over this figure is size. Other than that, this has more posability, better paint apps overall, and, you know, it costs less, which is even better for us collectors. So, yeah, this ranks higher. This is like 7.2 by my own logic. And if it was a kid's toy, ranking even higher. So yeah, Miragaia, 7.2. It's not bad. It's not great either. But again, kid's toy. It's not really meant for us collectors, but we collect them anyway. You know, this is going to be the first episode of Jurassic Marathon. So I'll see you guys in the future episodes of Jurassic Marathon. See you guys there. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day.